up, guys? All right. I hope you all are having as much fun with this workout program as I am. There are things that are sore that I didn't even know could be sore. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it a lot. But it also makes me super appreciative that I am a yoga instructor and I know how to help my muscles after all that stuff, and that's what I'm here to help you do. So today is not going to be like a class. This is just me running through some very simple but effective stretches that you should be doing every day. Obviously life happens and you can't get to them maybe that much, but if you can get to them even once a week, it's gonna up your game so much and you're gonna feel so much better. It's a general rule of thumb with everything, right? The more you train, the stronger you get. Well, the more you stretch, the more flexible. So try to do this as much as you can. Find a comfortable spot to meet me sitting down. You can have a towel, yoga mat, grass, carpet, doesn't matter. I suggest doing these in front of the TV at night if you want to, just something where you can keep your mind occupied with something else, because while they are easy, they are going to be very uncomfortable. So find yourself a comfortable seated position. We're gonna start off by talking about lower back pain. I know that all of you have lower back pain. All of us have lower back pain, right? And that stems pretty much from one thing, and that is a tight and shortened psoas muscle, or your hip flexors, which God knows, rucking is gonna shorten the crap out of them. So we're gonna start with just some very simple lunges, okay? I'm on a hard surface, so I'm gonna make sure I have my towel underneath my knee. You wanna make sure that you're nice and comfortable, because we're going to be holding these for a little bit, right? So starting with your right knee on your towel or whatever comfortable surface you have, take your left leg, bring it front, and you're going to kind of sink down here, right? Like a low lunge. You're going to start to feel that hip flexor starting to open up. You're going to feel that strain and that stretch coming through the top part of that right leg, and you just want to breathe into it, okay? So instead of just holding this pose, we're going to add a little bit of movement to it. You can start to take some nice deep breaths here. You can take your hips and kind of shift them a little bit side to side, just see how that feels. You can start to take the hips back again, starting to open up the hamstring. This is not our main hamstring stretch, but if you want to throw a couple of these in there, those are always really nice to kind of warm up the hams. The main thing we're doing here, you're going to want to sink down super deep. And you have a few options. You can either grab a strap if you can't get a hold of your foot. If you can get a hold of your foot, but you have to kind of crawl down on the ground like this to grab it, that's okay. Do that. However you get it, I want you to grab onto that foot, and you're going to start to work your heel in towards your butt muscle, okay? So lots of pressure happening in the top of that knee. Make sure that you have a nice comfortable thing underneath your knee so that you're not hurting yourself. You're going to ease that heel in towards your butt. You're going to sink down nice and deep through that right hip flexor. Whew. See, it's not comfortable for me either, but it's so good. Now, a few things I want you to kind of play with is anterior and posterior pelvic tilts, okay? So say you can't even get your hand on your foot, right? Say you're here and you're like, Gretchen, it's not going anywhere, shut up. All right, what you can do is you can play with your pelvic tilts. So you can tilt your pelvis forward and tilt it back. So tilting it in that posterior position, tilting it back anterior. You're gonna feel it open up. So my goal here for you is to feel that stretch from the top of your knee all the way up to your hip flexor, not just in your quad, okay? So even if you've got your hand on your foot and you're sinking super deep and you're only feeling it in your quads, sink a little bit deeper. Woo! Yeah, you're gonna feel that in no time. Make sure to even it up, take it to the other side. Same thing. Like I said, if you do this while you're watching TV or hanging out with your family, something to help distract you, it tends to help, right? Now, if you want to get into more of a yoga mental game and you want to do this by yourself and deal with your inner thoughts while it's happening, and you have any questions about that, shoot it out to me. But either way, the goal here is for you to hang out in here, spend some time feeling those muscles open up, taking the hips side to side a little bit. Again, maybe throwing in one of those hamstring stretches. Ideally, I would have you guys hang out in this for at least a minute, if not more than that, okay? So aim for at least 60 seconds. If you can get up to 3 minutes, good for you. All right, go ahead, bringing it back. Take a second here. Release. Sit on your butt. We're gonna work towards some shoulder exercises here. So, shoulders are sore. Obviously, we're carrying a lot of load. We're doing a lot in that area of the body. We want to show them a little bit of love. You can do a couple of different things here. A lot of you have a lot of muscle mass in your shoulders and you're not quite as open. So what I want you to do is you're going to take your right elbow underneath your left elbow. Take your hands and grab your opposite shoulders. Okay? So you're sitting up nice and tall like this. Making sure always to hug your core in. You want to protect that lower back. You can do this right here, or if your shoulders are a little bit more open and you can take eagle arms, you're gonna bring your backs of your forearms up next to each other. You can either have them placed like this or wrap the wrists around one another to get a little bit more of a bind. You're gonna immediately start to feel that stretch in the upper top of the back, the upper shoulders, and we're gonna do some kind of cat-cow crunches here with our breath. So you're just gonna inhale, bring it up. Exhale, crunch down. Inhale up. Exhale, crunch in. Inhale up. Exhale, crunch it in. Nice. Again, maybe doing that for a minute if you can. You're going to really feel the upper parts of your shoulders open up. Taking it to the other side, making sure right elbow underneath the left. Either just hanging out right here, which you can do that inhale, exhale in this position, or working towards eagle arms. Neither one is better than the other. It's just based on where you're at today, right? So, a few times. Inhale up. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale up. Exhale, crunch it in. Nice. You get the gist of it. So, after you do that, minute on each side, I'm going to have you come down to your bellies. Now, for this one, we're really working on the front part of our shoulders. So, what you're gonna wanna do, and everyone screws this up the first time, so make sure you're paying attention. Your right hand, I want you to place it palm face down, shooting right out from the body. Left hand is gonna come palm face down, but left elbow up towards the sky, right, like an antenna. You're gonna start to shift your weight over, rolling over that right shoulder, bringing your left leg around and trying to place it on the ground behind you. If all you can do is get to here, that's good. If you get to here and it's not feeling too bad and you want to join that other knee up, you go ahead and do that. The point here is to feel that opening sensation, the front part of the shoulder. You can take the knees and kind of rock them a little bit. You can bring that left hand up and around, reaching for the right. Possibly you can grab onto it, maybe not. And again, you're going to hang out here. Big deep breaths for a minute. Once that minute's over, slowly making your way back out, you're going to take that left arm, bring it front. Right arm, you're going to scoop it underneath that left arm, this time palm face up. And just relax here. Nice deep breaths in and out. And don't cheat yourself, right? Even if you're here and you're like, it doesn't really feel like it's doing much, it is doing something. Don't take that time away from you. Stay here, relax, breathe it out. Take a minute if you can. When you're ready, bringing the hands back. This time, right hand is gonna go palm face down, right elbow up to the sky. Left hand out, palm face down. Same thing, rolling over to the left, bringing that right knee up and over. Kind of see how that feels. Maybe joining it with the other knee. Maybe taking the knees, rocking them side to side. Maybe just finding some stillness here, but really allow yourself to sink down. Feel the front part of that left shoulder opening up. When you're ready, again, trying for a minute, slowly making your way back to the belly. Extend that right arm front, left arm underneath the body, palm face up. Breathe and relax here. Taking that time, don't cheat yourself, breathe it out. Set a timer if you want to. It helps me. I usually set a timer because I forget to count. All right, one really quick thing that we're gonna do, bring those hands back around. You're gonna interlace your fingers together. I want you to bring your legs together really tight like a snake tail. You're gonna engage your glutes, push your pubic bone down into the mat. You're gonna inhale. I want you to push your knuckles back. Bring that chest up. As you take those belly breaths here, you're gonna kind of see yourself rise and fall. Nice. Go ahead, release, pushing back, coming through onto your rear. Now, if you have very open hamstrings, you don't need a belt. If you don't have open hamstrings, grab a yoga belt, grab a jiu-jitsu belt, jump rope, whatever you have, right? Even if your hamstrings are open, I suggest using one anyway because these are only gonna make you better and deepen your practice. All right, we're coming down onto our backs. You're gonna take the strap around the ball of your right foot, coming all the way down to the mat. And you guessed it, go ahead, straighten that leg. Now, here's the trick with this, right? A lot of you are gonna kind of be right here because of those hamstrings being tight. What I want you to do is straighten your leg, allow that strap to kind of loosen up here, straighten your leg. So if this is where you're at today and that's all you can do, hang out there. If you can bring it up a little bit higher, go ahead, do that. Keep bringing it in. As you bring it up higher, you're gonna be able to crawl up a little bit more on that rope. You're gonna be able to get a little bit deeper. You know you've gotten to your limit when your leg is straight and when it starts to shake. So, you're gonna take a breath, ease that foot in, and when your body starts to shake, that's when you stay there and you just hang out. A few things, make sure that you're checking down at that left foot, the foot that's on the ground, make sure it's active. So those toes are pointing up towards the sky. You're feeling that leg shake, you're feeling that opening sensation throughout the entire back of the leg, right? Maybe it's behind your knee or your calf. Maybe it's up here more into the hamstring area. You're gonna hold this here, use the muscles that we've been working on gaining. You're gonna ease those toes in towards the crown of the head. If you need to take little pauses here, as in you need to like take a breath in, relax, and let it go a little bit. On the exhale, bringing it in a little bit closer, you can do that. So like inhaling, exhaling. Now, for my IT people, my IT band sufferers, I am there with you. You're gonna take your left hand, grab onto both straps, okay? You're gonna take your right hand out by the side body. I want you to allow that leg to cross over the body. Don't allow the foot to drop. Woo! You are gonna feel that. You're pulling it over. When it can't go anymore, when you're hanging out right here, you should be feeling it from in the back here all the way down to the ankle bone. Take a breath, woo, and slowly start to bring the toes up towards the crown of the head. Please make sure you're breathing. If you can hang out here for a minute, you are killing it. Go as long as you can. When you can't anymore, take that leg up and over. Grab onto the straps with your right hand. Allow the leg to come open and down towards the ground, feeling the opening of the inner thigh. Again, as you're here, play around with the length here a little bit. You can ease those toes up towards the forehead a little bit more. You can bring them down towards the ground. You're gonna go ahead, release the strap, bend through that knee, allow the knee to cross over the body for a nice little spine twist. And bring that knee back down, strap around the left foot now. Again, I'm kind of rushing you guys through this. My goal and wish for all of you is to try and hold each one of these for at least 60 seconds, okay? Just give it a shot. As you start doing it more and more, you're gonna find you wanna hold it longer because you're gonna feel a nice release happen, right? So my leg is shaking, it doesn't want to be here, it sucks so bad, and then all of a sudden if you just take a nice big deep breath in and let it go, you get that release. It comes a little bit closer, right? Still shaking, still working, but definitely opening up. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can see how bad my leg is shaking, but if your leg is shaking at home, you're doing it right. All right, strap in the right hand. Take a big deep breath, cross that left leg over the body. Again, once you get it over the body, woo, take a breath. Try to bring those toes up towards the forehead a little bit closer. See how long you can take it there. Take the strap into the left hand. Left leg comes up. Bring it down towards the ground. Feel the inside of the leg opening up. See how much more you can bring that foot up towards the crown of the head. A lot of times you're more open in this area, so you can even take both hands on that strap and really pull the foot up. Go ahead, release, take that left knee, bring it across the body. Take a few nice big deep breaths here. Grab your beer. For me today it's a White Claw. And yeah, cheers, happy training